Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today we'll be looking at some dragon tier list. The tier list is going to be split in two parts, one pre-dragon skills and one after dragon skills has been unlocked. I've been requested to make this kind of video for a while now, but I haven't, have the motivation or have time to make about the dragons because there are always some new stuff coming to the game, always new stuff to try out in the game. So I've been doing that, and some of them I might, you know, make a video about in the coming weeks. But for this video, I will be ranking them based out of my personal experience and opinion. Of course, you might disagree, and if you do that, hey, it's your choice. Thank you guys for watching. So that being said, let's go start with the tier list. So let's take a look at the dragon tier list before the dragon skills become available. We have 4 different tier here. We have best, very good, decent, and not worth spending time on. And let's start with the water dragon. The water dragon, in my opinion, is a decent dragon. It's a very good starting option, but the more seasons you play, it tends to fall off due to a lot more people have fighting master, know how to counter it, and it is very easy to counter. And also, I think it's only one of you, or I think it might be only one that an immortal can counter this dragon. And if you do know what I mean, if you have Wound by King Emperor, by Genghis Khan, you can basically cancel the healing that the dragons gives. That is kind of the part where I think a lot of people kind of find it to be very bad, and especially that an immortal that is free to play can counter a dragon is quite bad in my opinion. And also the game should change that so dragon skills cannot be countered by any immortals, because I think dragon is should be like immune to all of that things, right? So yeah, when you from season 1 to season 3, you will have a very strong start, but once you reach season 2 and then by the end of season 3, you probably might have switched out the dragon or switch the team already, because water team in general is, in my opinion, very difficult to play around, especially during the first 3 seasons, because first of all, there are good skills from Merlin, but when they nerfed Attila like 2-3 years ago, basically water never came back again, right? So people choose another team for that now. So that being said, let's take a look at our next dragon. It's gonna be Earth Dragon. In my opinion, Earth Dragon is the same level as Water Dragon pre-dragon skills become available, right? Earth Dragon was one of the, I would say, very difficult, not very difficult, but most unusable one. Even though it was in the Earth team, right, or a hybrid team, it didn't really help much the team back then. It became more tanky, yes, but it was not as good as it is after the conquest season become available, right? So that is one of the things that a lot of people think about when they pick dragons. However, the team with Immortals, right, is very strong. That's why people still pick this dragon over other dragons, right? And in my opinion, before the dragon skill become available, he is one of the weakest dragon you can have. But somehow, some way, I'm gonna show you guys later in this video in another section of the tier list after the dragon skill become available, how good he actually is. So yeah, that being said, let's take a look at next dragon. We gonna have, taking a look at the Wind. The Wind dragon, in my opinion, is a very niche dragon, right? It's very difficult to upgrade. It's difficult to obtain the dragon crystal to upgrade the skills and stuff like that, right? And portrait as well being a thing right now. It's very difficult if you are in the early game stage, for example, season 1 to season 3, right? You might want to collect the dragon stones on the side and save them up to upgrade them slowly, because most of the time, I would say 99% of the time, right? When people start with a win march, you have to spend a lot of money, right? Because you have to do like the lucky spin or some events, right, where they have win dragon shards or dragon stones to be able to upgrade the skills, upgrade the portrait, and in my opinion, it should be like a side quest, right? It should be a side quest until you reach like conquest or whatever. Like just be on the side thing, and you can have it like as like a fourth march, third march until you eventually max him out, right? Max it out. I've only seen like a handful of people that actually have like a maxed out skill level for a wind dragon in this stage. Only like the biggest whales, and you have like the casual players are even less. So in my opinion, pre-dragon skill level, I think is not worth spending time on, right? So next one gonna be Lightning Dragon. In my opinion, Lightning Dragon is very good in this game, right? Lightning Dragon is good, especially pre-dragon skill level. I think it's one of the better dragons we have in the game. And also, you can clearly see that the Lightning team is a very good team before the conquest as well. So it enhances, Genghis Khan, it enhances Hammurabi, and in my opinion, that is a very good thing to have in the dragon, where it enhances Immortal's ultimate, which is very, very good, right? Also, it do some really good damage as well. And if you are, maining a lightning team, like for example, lightning team from season 1 to season 3, I think you are in very good spot, right? And you can farm the dragon stones as well, which in my opinion is, make him a little bit more OP than the others as well. You could by the way, you can farm basically all the dragons in the game except the Wind and Holy and Shadow. But yeah, I guess we figured out already with the Holy and the Shadow Dragon, because they are just another level, right? And the last element dragon we have in this game, I think Fire Dragon is the best dragon among the element we have in this game. The Fire Dragon is very balanced, very strong, do a lot of damage, and a lot of people prefer this dragon, especially if you like to attack, you want to do PvE contents like spiders, you want to do with, for example, gnomes. I think Fire Dragon is very, very strong. It has always been balanced, the skill is good. The fire team is also very good, right? With the crits and with the immortals like Hippolyta, with Empress Wu, which is not bad at all. So that's one of my playlists, and the best one of course being the Holy and the Shadow Dragons. And you guys know already by now that Holy Dragons is probably the best one in the game. Shadow is close by number 2, and I noticed something different, right? When I made an alt earlier this month or last month on the newer servers, a lot of people were running, shadow teams with Shadow Dragon, and it seems like that is more popular among the people, right? But trust me, when you come to a later stage in the game, Holy Dragon is the clear best dragon in the game, right? So here is the tier list for you guys that the dragon skills, oh sorry, before the dragon skills become available, wind being the worst, and then you have water and earth being a decent, and then you have the best elemental dragons in fire and lightning. And of course, if you can afford to, I mean, if you want to go for and can afford like spending a couple of $1,000s on the game, you can definitely go for holy. You can definitely go for shadow dragons. But in my opinion, if you want to go with any of them or any of these two, right, holy dragon is the best. So yeah, now let's take a look at another tier list, but that's going to be a tier list for after dragon skills become available. Now let's take a look at the dragon tier list after the dragon skills has become available. Now let's take a look at our first dragon here, gonna be a wind dragon. In my opinion, wind dragon become a decent dragon once you reach conquest and the dragon skills become available. And of course, the challenge here is to max him out because the Dragonstones is limited to each seasons. And I believe if you guys can, for example, max him out, right, he's going to be a good dragon, a very good dragon in a wind team, a very good dragon in a hybrid team. Is an optional. Will it be better than Earth? I don't think so, but it's a very good, option if you want to use your Earth dragon elsewhere. The next one gonna be a water dragon. Water dragon, in my opinion, is on the same boat as the pre-dragon skills become available. Because even though with the dragon skills become available for the the water dragon, the freezing still not increased by that much at all. You have to have like a high-end water team and not rely on the water dragon at all. And like I mentioned earlier in this video, that after that Attila got nerfed, basically the water team was never the same again. The water dragon can't really carry the team. It doesn't really do much more than what it did before. So now let's take a look at the Lightning Dragon. I think Lightning Dragon is a good dragon, right? I would say if it go down a little bit, it should be like in between these two tiers right here. I would put it there, very good, because after the dragon skills become available, Lightning Dragon is pretty good for certain immortals like Khan and Hammurabi, right? And a lot of the other dragons that became better over time, I think Lightning Dragon didn't improve that much, right? It's still gonna be a strong dragon, but it's not like top elemental tier dragon, right? Because I think that basically his best dragon skills don't last long enough for it to be relevant, right? That's one of the reasons why I just put it, I want to put it between decent and very good, because the other lightning, dragon skills is not that good, right? There's only one very good, two decent ones. So, but since I was a main lightning user before and I wanted to be very good, I just put it at very good because I've basically experienced Lightning Dragon for 2 years, and from before the dragon skills become available to after, you don't really see the big differences as some of these better dragons, right? And one of the better ones is gonna be Fire Dragon. Fire Dragon, in my opinion, is still gonna be the best dragon for elemental dragons, right? Among the elemental dragons. Fire Dragon, after the patch, even became better and is so strong now. It increased the right stuff in the Immortals as well. One of the better skills that we have with the Fire Dragon is that it can increase magical attack, it can increase crit damage for fire team and also other teams that this dragon is being used with, right? I think that is very, very strong. I think that's very, very good for the meta as well. It's a very good option for like if you have like a mage team that you play around. It's a very, very good there. And yes, you don't have the sustainability as some of the other dragons, but if you think about like burst damage and do as much damage as much as possible in the shortest time, I think Fire Dragon is one of the best in the game, if not the best. The next one is going to be the Earth Dragon. In my opinion, Earth Dragon got a massive upgrade after the dragon skills become available. I use all the 3 dragons in a very good tier, and in my opinion, the Earth Dragon is very, very needed right now in terms of like the meta and stuff like that, right? The Earth Dragon is one of the best dragons we have in the game. In my opinion, Earth Dragon basically went from one of the weakest dragon to become one of the strongest and one of the most utilized dragon in the game, because you have 3 different skills, 2 of them being very, very strong. One of them gives attack speed and increase attack speed of, for example, if you use hybrid team, right? You have Alex and Hannibal, it increased with like 10 to 15% if I remember correctly, and that is very strong. And then you have another skill, Collapse. It's called Collapse. Basically, you gain a defense or reduce damage taken for the first like 15-20 seconds, and that is very, very strong. And that's why a lot of people are running Earth something like Medieval Tank, Earth, Himiko, Earth, something, right, in the end game, right? So yeah, that's pretty much the elemental dragons. Now let's take a look at the tier list for the best. And of course, these 2 are gonna be the best dragons in the game. And Shadow Dragon is super, super strong after the dragon skills become available. So is the Holy, but in my opinion, Holy right now, I would say if I had a rank in between best and very good, I would put it between here, right? Because I think Holy Dragon is clear number 1, right? Clear number 1 in terms of sustainability, how strong the dragon is in general, the extra attack and stuff like that you get with this dragon is insane. And in my opinion, Shadow Dragon is kind of in the same boat. It doesn't have sustainability, but it do have damage, and it have a special skills in there that in my opinion is very, very broken. And it's like you cause like a dragon breath on somebody and you get like a decay and the immortal take damage over time. And in my opinion, that is super, super strong. So yeah, that's pretty much it about the dragon tier list video. I've been requested to make this video for a very long time now, like for a couple of months, and I hope you guys find this video helpful for you guys, especially like both people in the early game stage from season 1 to season 3, and then in the conquest season as well if you started there. And if not, it might be helping you guys to plan out for what you guys want to do once you guys are reaching the conquest season, because it's very important to plan. If you don't want to spend money or gems, you have to grind, plan it out for yourself, okay, I want, the next few months, I want to do this and that, and up maxed out, for example, Earth Dragon, maxed out Fire Dragon, because it's gonna take time and you're gonna need a lot of Dragon Stones before you actually, max them out, and the portrait level as well. So yeah, that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I said it's supposed to be short, but it ended up being around like 20 minutes. So thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next video.